Bitcoin is about to close the highest weekly candle ever, guys. So we're going to have a look into that because that is, of course, extremely bullish. And I'm expecting new all-time highs for Bitcoin in the not so distant future. We're going to have a look into Bitcoin, guys, and also into some altcoins because even though we are looking so good in the altcoins, I'm seeing a little bit of warning signs. And that means that eventually we could see the big show right now, first on Bitcoin and later, much later on, also in the altcoins. So welcome, everyone. Make sure to be subscribed on this channel, guys. Crypto Underground here. Make sure to check out all links in the video description, such as Bitcoin Hyper, Maxi Doge, and so on, because here you can find all new upcoming hyped cryptos that I'm buying up right now that are also very hyped in different crypto websites. We have also Bitcoin Hyper now breaking another milestone. We are here over 20 millions because whales currently are accumulating more and more Bitcoin Hyper tokens before it is launching on exchanges. You still have time to get on board if you want, guys. The link is as always here in the video description, and of course sign up also to all exchanges that I'm using. You can find all sign-up links here in the video description, such as the one for Casey Exchange, because right here we have here at the moment, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, guys, the best deposit bonus ever here. Also, if you fulfill different trading things, trading volumes and so on, you can achieve here a bonus up to 21,000, which is of course insane. And this is a non-KYC exchange, guys. So sign up to Casey Exchange, and of course also check out other useful links here in the video description, such as PureVPN, for example, which I'm using whenever I'm traveling to access my crypto exchanges from everywhere. So guys, we're gonna dive here straight into the Bitcoin price. And of course, nothing is a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, guys. And right now, since I'm expecting that we are entering into the most parabolic phase of this bull run, of course, we're gonna face also huge volatile moves. And here on the Bitcoin price, you can see that we are about to have basically the highest weekly close ever, potentially. Also, if we go over into the CME chart, which is excluding weekend data, you can see that every close above 118,000, so above this previous high here, would be bullish because then we would have the highest weekly close ever. This is a bit different than on the spot chart because here, of course, we're trading 24/7. So on the CME chart, no weekend data. Here we have basically 24/7 data. And that's why here the weekly closes are a bit different. But also here, let's say if we close somewhere here where we are trading at around 120K, that should be enough to have the highest weekly close ever. And also the indicators here, guys, are a bit mixed. So we have some of them that are bullish, some of them that are a bit more bearish. But overall, of course, I'm expecting here big upside and most likely continuation to the upside in the next coming 1 or 2 weeks, and then maybe later on have a little correction or something like that. And also, if we go over, for example, to Ethereum, you can see that currently here on the weekly time frame, we are facing some problems here to push higher. So we have a clear resistance trend line. And the problem is that even though some indicators are looking bullish, at the moment, we are getting a bearish cross on my confirmation indicator. And usually whenever that happens, this is never a good sign, because even though sometimes we're getting a rally, very often afterwards, the rally is basically failing and we're gonna crash down. So this is something that I'm aware a bit of, because everywhere, also here on Solana and Tron, we are currently getting. That means that eventually right now we could face some problems here if we don't see, for example, immediately new all-time highs on all assets here. For example, Tron needs to close weekly candles above $0.36 in order to ignore basically those sell signals and to go to new all-time highs. For Solana currently, because this is the top set of the candle channels, which is of course a very important resistance level, also here we need to push above $260 and have weekly closes above. Then I think we're going to go to new all-time highs. Otherwise, also here, big dangerous area where we're trading at right now, because even though this pump is bullish, we can easily roll over. So also here, we're not out of the woods. And the same is also for Ethereum, guys, because also here we are getting sell signals right now. And that is a bearish sign, because also Ethereum, every time that is getting rejected and basically is coming down after getting sell signals, we are crashing down. And also here, Ethereum needs to have weekly closes above $4,800. So basically above the all-time high. And we need to see that as soon as possible, guys, because otherwise we could be really in danger to have here a little bull trap, and maybe in the next coming weeks and months first come back down before then we gear up for that bull run towards new all-time highs. So we are still in a critical point, guys, but of course things are starting to look extremely bullish. And you cannot ignore, of course, that also this last buy signal on the daily time frame was a very powerful one, because we rallied all the way from $109,000 all the way up to 120K. And the move is, in theory, still ongoing. So the move is not over yet. The momentum is still shifted to the upside. Although yesterday we had a nice daily close above the top side of the Keltner channel. So as long as we have now the daily closes above $119,800, it's very, very likely that we're gonna see here new all-time highs very soon for Bitcoin and enter into a very parabolic bull run here, probably towards 140K and higher levels. But this is really what we have to look at. And this is why I believe we could see a parabolic move to the upside, but it needs to happen within the next coming days, because the more we go sideways, the more likely it is, of course, that those sell signals that we're getting on the weekly time frame, especially on the altcoins. On Bitcoin, it's a bit mixed here. We have some positive, some negative signals. Then, of course, we could enter into a massive corrective phase. But until then, we have the chance here to take this momentum and go, of course, towards new all-time highs for Bitcoin. And my target is the next potential resistance target that I have is currently here at around 150,000. So $140,000 to $150,000 per Bitcoin. We will see if we're going to reach that, guys. I am very bullish for October, of course, also based on the money flow and also based on the rainbow chart indicator. We should be getting now during October, basically a very parabolic run up, at least into the purple line, guys. I mean, it's not too much asked to go and test the purple line where previously we got rejected. This is currently at 140K, but if we're able to push above it, then of course the next targets are here, 185K, and then the ultimate top target here, 240K. I don't expect that we necessarily have to reach that, but if we're gonna do that, then we can pop off the champagne, guys, of course. So this is something very important that we have to check out, because we are basically, in theory, in this area where time-wise we should expect the cycle top for Bitcoin right here. Unfortunately, we are far away from the red zone up here at around 200K. So that's why I'm telling you guys, if we're gonna see the cycle top somewhere late this year, it needs to happen as soon as possible, because otherwise here things will start to shift again, and then we're gonna enter most likely into a bear market very, very soon. But of course, Bitcoin can still rally also later on. So for example, early 2026 into new all-time highs, that is still possible. Of course, we can extend this bull run, but as I told you guys, on the higher time frames like the weekly and also even monthly, we are looking a bit toppy. So that means that at some point we're gonna have a harsh bear market or corrective phase, because the indicators here are really looking extremely toppy. Like we had, I mean, we were in this overbought condition now for many, many months, much more than in previous bull runs, like here in 2021, for example. And at some point we will come down and correct heavy. The question is only when and how high Bitcoin will go until then. That's why I still expect, yes, 140K and probably also higher levels are possible, but it needs to happen as soon as possible, because the more we go sideways, unfortunately, the more likely it is that at some point we're gonna correct hard. And this is of course something, that also we have to count on. But at the moment, everything is looking bullish, guys. I think blue skies ahead, but it needs to happen very, very soon. And until then, of course, I keep accumulating all the altcoins. I'm gonna keep accumulating, of course, Bitcoin Hyper that currently is going completely through the roof, guys. Over 20 millions raised. This is insane. As you can see here, whales are buying up here. 27 Ethereum has been changed into Bitcoin Hyper, guys. Whales are accumulating this new Solana virtual machine that is built on top of Bitcoin. This new layer 2 on top of Bitcoin, in my opinion, will be huge, and that's why of course I'm buying into the coin as well. Remember, guys, that the link to Bitcoin Hyper is right here in the video description. You can get here some of the coins before the launch. Currently the price is a bit more than a cent per token. I bought also a few thousands of them. And if you want to be following me, you can buy in with Solana here, with credit card, or also with cryptos. And if you're using cryptos, I like to use MetaMask, because then of course it's easy and simple. Just use Ethereum, BNB, or stable coins. Click here the amount that you would like to invest, and then buy and stake, or just buy the tokens without staking. I bought also some with staking, guys, because I am buying also some for the long term. 60% is still okay for the staking rewards. But of course, if you're just planning to sell it immediately, for example, if it's pumping immediately at the day one, then of course you have to buy without staking, because with staking you have a 7 days lockup period. So Bitcoin Hyper, guys, extremely big hyped new crypto that is upcoming. Those are all coins that I believe that they have the chance to 100x here at launch, or also later on, especially during this altcoin season that in my opinion is in front of us. And those are all low market cap coins that are not out on exchanges yet, that you can only buy on their official website before the launch. So of course, although they are high risk, as every other thing here in the crypto space, everything is high risk. Also here, Pepe Note, 800% staking rewards. I'm buying into all of them. But always keep in mind, there is always risk involved here in the crypto space. Always do your own research, guys, since I'm not a financial advisor. But for now, I remain bullish. I think that the next coming weeks and months will be very, very nice here in the crypto space. That's why be subscribed here, guys, in our crypto family, and also join our Rumble channel and X account. And I also created a nice Telegram group channel, so check it out, guys. Sign up there as well. Thank you for watching, and we're gonna see us all in the next one. Crypto Underground over for now.